Okay, this is 104 Bent Oak in Dothan. It's not too often I slam houses, but this one is maybe one that I absolutely. There's so many good things about it location-wise. This is the end of the cul-de-sac right here, so you're very little traffic up in here. Now there is on just the other side of that fence and tree line right here, that's a fairly busy road, but that's because you're very close to a lot of the big shopping for Dothan, the Target and Dick's Sporting Goods, and tons of shopping is literally just right here. We're very close to it, so it's definitely going to have its traffic. But you can see it, the overgrowth here quite a bit. It's like a row of azaleas and then a lot of just overgrowth. It's a 3-car garage, which is fantastic. It has a separate door, again, great. They don't mention the age of the roof, and I've been trying to look at it on different sides of the house to see if I could determine if it was old or new, and I cannot. It's definitely not new, but I can't tell how old it is. It in some spots it looks fine, in other spots I'm like, it's got a little more age to it. Let's see here. So kind of how you see the outside is how the inside is. It's a lot of, it was pretty at one time, but hasn't been taken care of in a while. I'm going this way because this is really the best way to get to your pool pump. Natural gas. The backyard makes it a little difficult to get from the pool down to here, and then you've got shrubbery around it. That looks like somewhat of a newer salt cell. The rest looks a little bit old, and there's so much leaves it's buried up to the pumps. So, and then I'll just show you a quick, while I'm standing right here, a quick look. It's whatever this growth is, and when you step, it's deep, like it's layer upon layer of leaves. So nobody's taken care of this yard in a long time, and this is probably, looking around, this is probably the worst house on the street. I'm sure people want this one to be picked up by somebody who'll take care of it. Does that mean that your neighbor here's got beautiful yard, well taken care of? Looks like the same most everywhere else. Let's see. All right. And there's nothing greatly wrong with this house. It's just for that price, it really should be in tip-top shape. I mean, we do have gold fixtures throughout, and this house was built in '97. I don't think we were still doing gold fixtures at that time, which gold's making a comeback. But when you first walk in, you've got this little area here. We've got an office space, a very large office space, right as you come in on your left. And this is a massive room for an office. And then they do have a weird chandelier in here. And the paint, it's going to have to be painted everywhere inside. I don't think you can see, but it's worse than scratches or scuff marks in some places. You'll see where they tried to paint and messed up. This seam right here, though, is starting to come, it's cracking right there, and I think it's just from the change in temperatures. I don't think it's actually, like, this house is on a nice flat level lot, so it'd be odd for it to have a foundation issue here. But you can, I mean, it looks like I painted this. And you can't tell from the video, but this color is touched onto that white ceiling quite a bit. And again, for this kind of money, I would expect a very professional paint job. And you can kind of see in the video, it's multicolored. It's just a little odd. So this is your dining room. Let's see, let's go ahead and go here. Living room. You do have split bedrooms, so all the guest bedrooms are over here and the master's over here. Tray ceiling. Inserts there with a gas log fireplace. You have a hallway here that goes to bedrooms, and then there's a Jack and Jill bath that will connect another bedroom down on this end. So we've got a fairly long hallway when we come around. Carpet. It's been cleaned, and then you still have some stains in some spots. Size-wise, it's a decent size. Let me step back a little bit. So, like I say, this could be a fantastic house, but it's just, it is definitely going to have to take paint and carpet where there's carpet. Carpet might last a little bit longer if you can get some of these stains out. It looks like, I see tracks. They either vacuumed it or had it shampooed one. Okay. We have a guest bathroom here that's kind of unique. And this is a solid surface, but it's not granite. This, I think, is like Corian or something similar to it. But what's odd, I mean, besides the gold fixtures, is this accent wall that is wallpaper, and it's textured. It is an alligator skin type print, but it's textured wallpaper, and then they've got a little seam cover there, but it's just different. Okay, and we have our second guest bedroom. This is in the middle. Again, a pretty decent sized room. It's square footage wise, this is, I don't have any qualms with that part of it. It's just what you're seeing in the quality of the work. There's a little stain here as well. The carpet has life left to it. It's just if you can get the stains out. And then the biggest expense here is going to be repainting, because it's, and you still have the nails and screws right here, and then you'll see in another place I'll show you where the paint job just is really rough. This is the Jack and Jill bathroom between the back bedroom and the middle bedroom. Carpet through here, dual sinks. Okay, and then behind this door is tiled floor with your toilet and tub shower combo. Okay. And then your back bedroom, again, decent sized bedrooms. And dual closets. There's a wall break. It doesn't go all the way across. view of the room from this side too. And we'll go out back here in just a minute. You do have granite countertops. They mention them in the listing, so I feel like this is something that they added later. It looks like there's some, I feel like, is that a, I thought it was a seam, but it is just a mark in the, there's literally a line in the granite, and there's another one right there. Unique light fixture there and your eat-in breakfast nook. Again, it's a textured, and this is paint, so this is somehow a textured paint. It's a little bit of a metallic, so it shines. But again, I can't say anything. This is how I would paint, but it's just not a great paint job. Something stained there. Kitchen's a decent size. It is just a very, very plain basic refrigerator. It just doesn't fit the style and level of everything else. You do have a decent sized pantry. It is strange how this dark line is repeated 3 different times. You've got it there, there, and there. I don't see it anywhere else. And then you do have a, I guess it is solid. It doesn't sound plastic. So you do have some kind of tiled backsplash here, and it matches going around there. And yeah, I think when we came in, I think I showed that. Well, maybe I didn't. Okay, and where? Okay, yeah, I did show that. Okay, losing my mind today. And so we've got our master suite, laundry room, and then the garage. Let's go to the garage first. You can see this is where I was looking for. So this is the original, I think, beige that the house probably was painted. And then you can see where they've attempted to paint this wall a different color, but they didn't quite do it. Or maybe they meant for it to be like it's to me it looks like it needs another coat. You can just see gaps all over the place where the paint just needed another layer, and then just the overpaint is a bit rough. The air conditioner does not have a year on it. It is a Lennox at least, which is a good brand, but there was no year on the tag, and they don't mention it in the listing, so if it's been replaced, it's been a while. This is the only light that I can get to come on in here. There's 2 more. And I am not familiar with that. Is the smallest garage door motor I've ever seen. But yeah, you do have your 2-car and then your 1. There's a sprinkler over here, control box that may, or I would doubt that works with the way that yard is kept. A lot of scuff marks in here, not too big of a deal in here. You can see right here where the seam tape is coming loose between seams. Not uncommon in our humidity, but it is gonna continue to fall. And then you have pull down stairs for some storage. I do like the fact that they give you a door to the outside, so you don't have to open a garage door in particular. This is linoleum. It's not actual hard tile, so it's just linoleum. Looks like they've had shelving here that they took down. And this, I don't quite understand this offset. Like, I'm assuming because they had to run plumbing here, they had to make this wall a little thicker maybe, but there's a little tiny kick out right here and the light switch is there. We are kind of in the middle of the house a bit, so and there's two different vents. I'm not sure which is the one you're supposed to use, but the only vent I've seen for the dryer is on the back of the house, which means this is either running up and over or down and through the concrete to a box outside. And I'll show you that when we get out there. Brain box for the security system. Water heater, that might actually be original. Got a little tiny bit of rust around there, and it's just got the age look. And then this is just an ironing board. But they did, here's some pulls on that sheetrock when they did that. I feel like I'm slamming this house, but for this price, it should be in way better shape. I cannot get this light to come on. Tried the combination of switches here. There's one over on that wall and then one here. I can get the fan to come on, and that's about it. So you kind of have a pinkish salmon wall there, and there. This, I believe, I mean, you can see that it didn't get painted or it wore off, or I'm just not sure. Carpet in here isn't bad. I don't see any massive stains, and it does feel like it's in good shape. It's a little tiny bit matted in the high traffic spots, but I think there's more life in it if you can just get the stains out of other places. I don't know if you can see it's just dirty. And then this is tile. Yeah, so we do have a tile floor, dual sink vanity, jacuzzi tub. There's like a laundry hamper door here, and then some linen storage there. You do have a jacuzzi tub. Looking at the jets, it is definitely original, and not 100% sure it works. And you're back, same Korean kind of countertops here and there. So we do have a decent sized closet here. It's not as big as I would expect. Not as big as some we've seen. And you've got the gold trimmed shower door. I didn't see any issues up here around the ceiling. And then the water closet. There is a lot of space here. That's nice to have the extra space. If you ever wanted a landline telephone for your bathroom, it's already in place. And a towel rack. So I guess if things get out of hand, you have a towel. All right. I'm not sure what that noise is. I'm hoping it's not this pool motor. You do have a gas stub out for a grill if you want one. The problem is they put it so far in I don't know that the heat wouldn't mess up your vinyl up here. So it is screened in, which is awesome. You've got some light and ceiling fans there. Okay, it's somebody's leaf blower. Okay, I could hear it coming from around there, and I'm like, hopefully the pool pump isn't going crazy. This is, as I did try to walk that way to look at the pool filter, and it just, you sort of sink. It is a lot of layers of leaves. I do believe the pool liner was replaced. I say it was 2022 if I remember right. You can tell this is grown on purpose, but in that back here, starting kind of a line right here, that's supposed to be your backyard, but it's just overgrown, huge. Those azaleas should have been trimmed back many times. I didn't notice any particular problems looking around the pool. It's just, like I say, there is no backyard without a lot of work. There's a robot at the bottom down there. And again, there's such a glare on the screen, I can't tell for sure how well you can see things, but this is the cleanest spot right through here and all the way from the concrete patio there to this gate over here. That's it. You can tell there's some grass there and it's not overgrown, but these bushes, all of this is just thick. It does have a diving board. Some insurance companies will make you cut those out. Some are okay with it. We have heard less and less of them making people cut them out over the last year or two. So you have a big stack of cinder blocks. I haven't noticed any issues around the edges of the house. This is what might be your dryer vent. So is where it's located. I don't know that that's not going under the house, because if it was coming from up top, it would have to go through that window or around it again. So I don't know. You got another electrical plug here. This little slab that I'm standing on is flattened so that it's level. You can see, and this is done on purpose, but this slopes away from the pool, and then you have your drain here, which you can't see too well for the leaves, but this was made nice and flat, because if you put a table here, it would have that slight lean to it. So you do have it. I like the fact that they had that thought in mind, but that's it. Little bit of a mess, but there's a lot of good to it too. It's just going to take some work, and again, this roof, I'm just not sure on the age of it. A home inspector would have to kind of get up there and feel it out a little bit better. But that's it.